Operation Epic Fury.
Iran is absolutely panicking right now, folks. President Trump's naval blockade of the Strait of Hormuz is choking the mullah's economy. And according to a senior Trump administration official who just spoke with Fox News, Tehran is, quote, really fearful. The regime that threatened America, menaced our allies, and held the global economy hostage for decades is finally being brought to its knees. And here's what the establishment media won't tell you. We have all the ingredients of a deal coming together. Is Trump about to pull off what no president before him could accomplish? Now think about what this means for you, for your family, and for every American filling up their gas tank. For years, Iran has used the Strait of Hormuz as a weapon, threatening to shut down 20% of the world's oil supply whenever they didn't get their way. Every time they rattled their sabers, gas prices spiked. Your grocery bills went up. The global economy held its breath, but not anymore. Ambassador Elise Stefanik just laid it out perfectly at the United Nations. President Trump has taken Iran's leverage completely off the table. They can no longer hold the entire world's economies hostage. This isn't just about foreign policy. It's about your wallet, your security, and America finally having a commander-in-chief who refuses to let terrorist regimes dictate our future. The pressure is on, and Iran knows they're running out of options. And speaking of America securing its strategic interests, here is some breaking news that you need to hear. This is right from the White House. They just announced over $30 billion to secure America's critical mineral supply chain, and they named a specific Alaskan project as a key strategic asset for U.S. mineral independence. I have been to the Vizsla copper site, the drilling site, in Canada myself. I've seen it with my own eyes, and what's happening right now in Alaska is bigger than most people actually realize. See, President Trump just unveiled Project Vault. It's a $12 billion strategic minerals reserve designed to stockpile essential resources and keep America strong. This is exactly why I've been telling you about Vizsla Copper. It's trading in the United States under VCUFF. Write that down. And in Canada, it's VCU.V. It's also on the screen. When the government is pouring billions into mineral security, smart investors pay very close attention. So check the exclusive briefing. It's only for Next News viewers. It's linked below to see why this Alaska project, the Palmer Project, matters. We thank Vizsla Copper for supporting our work here. Now back to the story, because what's happening with Iran right now is historic. This is what the mainstream media is completely missing about this blockade. Defense Secretary Wright just revealed the full strategy. It's not just military pressure anymore. They've degraded Iran's capacity to menace the region with force. And now comes the economic squeeze. Their oil revenues are about to be completely cut off. Other economic pressure is also on the way. This is a coordinated chokehold on the regime. And folks, the cracks are already showing. And I'm going to show you exactly what the Trump team is saying. Secretary Wright on the blockade of Iran.
We're putting pressure where maybe we'll make some money off this deal. Last quick thought on that, and then we'll move.
Yeah, we put the military pressure on Iran to degrade their capacities to menace the region, and now we're going to put an economic squeeze on them, end their oil revenues from coming out of their country. There'll be other sources of economic pressure as well, but that's the way to bring this conflict to an end.
All right.
That's how you bring it to an end. Did you hear that? The military component now paired with the economic squeeze, a bold move seen exclusively from Trump. Next, hear how this action strips away Iran's ability to hold the world's economies hostage. The U.S. ambassador on the president's blockade of Iran.
2 destroyers through. Minesweeping operations are ongoing, John, and you're absolutely right. What President Trump has done is taken that lever.
Elise Stefanik is the U.S. ambassador to the UN. My apologies. This is Mike Waltz.
Taken Iran trying to hold the entire world's economies hostage, has taken that off the table now with this action. I mean, we cannot, I can tell you from the United Nations standpoint, live in a world where 2 parties have a conflict, regardless of whether you agree with the conflict or not, and you have I don't know, a country trying to shut down the Strait of Gibraltar or the Bering Strait or any other international waterway as leverage in a conflict. We've taken that off the table, and that isolates the whole issue to what President Trump has been consistent on since the 1980s, even since before he was in politics. We cannot have a genocidal regime with its finger on a nuclear button. Period. And I've got to tell you, I'm just thankful that finally we have a president who's actually taking bold, decisive action to take care of a problem before it's an absolute crisis and before we have zero options.
Before we have zero options, President Trump exerting all options, applauding Trump's decisive steps, isolating Iran threats. Now let's go to the breaking news as a top Trump administration official hints at significant developments, hinting at a big deal.
News?
A little bit. Just got off the phone with a senior official with the administration. What I can tell you is that, quote, a lot is happening today and tomorrow. We have all the ingredients for a deal, but it's not all there yet, which goes a little bit along the lines of what J.D. Vance was saying last night with Brett. The blockade with regard to Iran has Iran, quote, really fearful, which chokes off their economy. So watch that now with the U.S. Navy trying to interdict any ships passing in the Strait of Hormuz, Gulf of Oman, up into the Persian Gulf. So
all right.
It's a little bit of something.
A little bit more. Okay.
We're continuing to track what's happening in the Strait with the administration working on sealing a deal. Iran faces a ticking clock with its oil storage nearing capacity. Iran is 10 to 14 days from maxing out its oil storage capacity. Once full, oil wells must shut down, compounding economic damage from the U.S. naval blockade. Trump's blockade is now in day 2. Several dozen Iranian ports are fully choked off by the U.S. Navy. Listen.
UAE, this is Oman, and this is Iran across the Strait of Hormuz. Now, on this map here, what you see, all these red dots, there are anywhere between 16 and 32 ports that the Iranians operate, either here in the Persian Gulf or out here in the Gulf of Oman. And these would be some of the ports that the U.S. Navy would try and interdict in this blockade, all right? Trying to force Iran's hand. We showed you this yesterday. I want to go back to it yet again, okay? In the yellow marker here, I can show you what the Iranians want to happen and what the normal trade has been. This is the normal shipping route, right? It goes over the tip of Oman here, United Arab Emirates here, Iran is over here. And this is what the Iranians want around this island here, all right? That's called Larak, L-A-R-A-K, and that's what the Iranians would like to see happen. However, what we're seeing right now with this bottleneck here in the Strait of Hormuz, there is a handful of ships going through. What we're trying to show you here are 4 Chinese-linked vessels. Some carry oil, some do not, all right? 4 different ones here. Once the blockade was set up, they were en route, all right, to the island of Larak and then turned around. Same for these 2 over here, but there was one report from overnight. Lauren Simonetti from Fox Business had it. This is the Rich Starry track, okay? You see it in yellow. It came through here, it paused, and then overnight it did traverse the Strait of Hormuz. So that's one, okay, as that blockade continues. So here's the marine traffic we've been looking at. You see all the red dots, all the green dots? On the screen behind me, again, this is Oman. Here's UAE, this is Iran up here, and that's that island I've been referring to up there at the top of your screen. Everything in red you see, that is an ocean-carrying vessel that has either oil or oil products. Everything in green is cargo. But you see the logjam here off the coast of UAE and also here off the coast of Oman? They've been sitting there now for several weeks. Now, if the U.S. Navy were to interdict a ship at sea, this is basically what happens. These are the rules of the sea now. You issue the warning, the ship is boarded, the papers are checked. If they pass, they're okay. If they don't, we might have issues. The ship then could be boarded and searched, and finally it's detained, it's rerouted, or eventually it is released. Those are the laws of the sea right now for the U.S. Navy. Retired U.S. Navy Commander
Wow. Remarkable. Iran is 10 to 14 days from maxing out its oil storage capacity. So this is the moment we've been waiting for, my friends. A senior Trump administration official confirms that, quote, a lot is happening today and tomorrow. that all the ingredients of a deal are in place. Iran is fearful. Their economy is being choked. Their military capabilities have been degraded. And for the first time since 1979, the mullahs are facing a president who means business. The UN ambassador said it best, we cannot have a genocidal regime with its finger on a nuclear button, period. President Trump understood this in the 1980s before he was even in politics, and now he's finally in position to end this threat once and for all. So let me be clear about what you just witnessed. This is American strength on full display. President Trump isn't asking permission. He's not begging for negotiations, isn't sending pallets of cash in the middle of the night. He's applying maximum pressure until Iran has no choice but to come to the table on our terms. This is what America First foreign policy looks like, and it's working. Now, I want to hear from you in the comments. Do you think that Iran will make a deal before the end of the month? The clock's ticking. Drop a yes or no in the comments below. And if you want to stay connected with me, you want to avoid the YouTube blockade of notifications or algorithmic blockades? Oh, yes. We know it well here. Text raw feed to 844-840-4963. Stay directly connected with me. Dozens of people are signing up, and they recognize that they need the truth, and I want you to have it too. If you believe in this mission, if you want to see real news that celebrates American victories, do yourself a favor. Check out the Next News merch shop below this video, and then share this video with every patriot that you know. If you haven't done so, subscribe, hit the notification bell. The truth is winning. For the Next News Network, I'm Gary Franchi. Stay informed and stay free.
The system controls information. Information control is power. They don't want you to see this. The truth only survives together. They don't want this shared. Share this now.